Hey, my beautiful bitches, it's me, Fiona St. James, and welcome to another episode of Fiona's Coffee Talks. And as always, I'd like to start off every day with a fresh, hot, black cup of coffee. Hold the cream! I'd love to. And of course, I think of my favorite quote of the century by Oscar Wilde, which says, "Life is too important to be taken seriously." So lighten up, folks. So today's topic is, drumroll please, Life of a Drag Queen Part 1. Yay, so Part 1, this is just going to be an overview. And you know what made me think of this was I had a year or two ago did my series Life of an Empress, which of course, being Empress of the Imperial Court of New York meant that I was in drag as well. Then I thought I never really told my story of why, how I even started doing drag. So let me just start off by saying that it was something that I never thought I would do. I'd seen drag queens and I would go out to the clubs and whatnot. But I think the driving force was, or one of the things that worked in my favor was because since I came from a musical theater background, so I had already been on stage my whole life as a guy, I always knew that I was pretty with makeup on. I was always the pretty boy, and I was the one that growing up, people would mistake me for a girl. You a guy or a girl? And I'm I'm a guy. But, which I don't take offense to that because I think there's something neat about being androgynous. But so it kind of made sense when, when you're hearing that your whole life that that I figured I would at least look good. And I knew I had a theatrical background. So I was well, I'm a trained dancer and been on stage. So anyway, so I had been going out to Fire Island. I started going out to Fire Island in 1983 when I was 18. And then they have there's something called the Invasion that happens 4th of July that Pansy started. Hey, Pansy. And so in 84, 85, before I officially started doing drag, because I knew of that particular day, because I was always out there, a couple of those years, I dressed up, but it was sort of kind of half-assed thing and just some makeup, but nothing major because I wasn't officially doing drag, and I never really thought that that's something that I would do. Not because of anything bad, but I just, I never said, oh, I think I want to do this. But I thought it'd be fun to do the Invasion. And despite the fact that I didn't have on much, I wasn't some elaborate drag queen. What little I did have on in terms of a makeup and a wig and whatever outfit I put together, I was oh, okay. But still, it was me just doing it for fun. But that's kind of what planted the seed, doing the Invasion for a couple of years before officially starting to do drag. And being out in Fire Island. And that was really my introduction to the whole drag world and seeing all the queens out there. And that's pretty much where I got my start. But that was the reason why. The reason why I started doing drag was because there was no real reason or any real driving force other than I was there. The timing was such that the Invasion happened. And I was this is going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm going to make this one short. The next one then I'll dive more into Fire Island and how it all began. But for now, just wanted to give an overview. And so this 8-part series will pretty much chronicle everything from the early days when I officially wasn't doing it, which is what I just spoke about, to then the next episode will be when I actually officially started and how that all went. Okay, guys, don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, follow on my other social media, all of which is Fiona St. James. The Saint is not spelled out, just ST, no period after the T. And of course, my self-published memoirs, The Life and Crimes of Fiona St. James, which you can get at fionastjames.com. All right, guys, see you soon. Love you.